Do you wonder if you're on the right path?
Or if there is even a path or a divine plan to your life.
So we asked the universe.
Welcome to this episode of What's the Universe Say About That?
I'm Mary Obana, and along with my husband Michael, we ask the universe for answers. You see, I'm blessed with this beautiful gift where I get quiet and I can connect with the loving guidance of the universe.
So today, you'll see and hear Mary connect directly to that divine guidance and hear the words of wisdom flow directly through her in response to questions about life and the challenges we all face at certain times.
So welcome to our home.
And welcome to this now normal, but always amazing part of our daily lives. So sit back, get ready, and let's hear what the universe has to say about that.
Let's do it.
So there's this song, a famous quote that John Lennon said that life is what happens. I think it was John Lennon, but life is what happens when you're busy making plans. And, I've certainly spent a lifetime planning and figuring out, what my path is. And it makes me wonder, through this connection and this relationship that we've established in the last few years with this divine presence, is there a divine plan? And if there is a divine plan, how do you know if you're on it or off it? And what do you do to kind of get back on track? Yeah.
Is there one?
Yeah. And I think it can make a lot of people uncomfortable if they think they're just a software program. And, it's like, it's already been predetermined and everything you do that's already figured out. So I don't know. I think that would be kind of an interesting topic is there a divine plan? And if so, how do you know if you're on the right track or not?
Okay, that's great.
Okay.
Sounds like a good question.
Good. I'm going to settle in here for a long one.
That's a question I think a lot of people wonder about.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let me get quiet and see what the universe has to say about that.
Beautiful.
Yes. This question, people always want to know, are they doing what they should? Are they on the right path? And this other thought, is this path predetermined? When you come to the human experience, the earthly, physical experience, as we discussed before, you are coming to learn and to grow. And you do come with an intention to grow in certain ways. But this idea that there is a precise, predetermined path that you just run is not an accurate depiction. You see, every human has choice, free will. You make choices every moment and every day. And those choices guide or affect your path. So if things were predetermined, it would suggest that every choice that you make is in and of itself predetermined. That wouldn't be free will, would it? When people hear this notion that there's some purpose in their life or feel a pull towards something that inspires them, that connection to that which is important to them, which they care deeply about, which is so much a part of them. And when they activate this interest, passion in a way that helps others, this is the path you are to be on. This world you live in is one of communion, community, interaction with others. You are in this earthly physical experience to engage with others. Your gift within you, what you are to do, how you are to live your life, is largely a function of how you are to contribute, how you are to help. Helping comes in many forms. You don't need to be a devoted servant of something to be of service. Each one has a way of giving in a way that they can and are able to. The path you are to be on is one that is in alignment with who you are. There's so many influences within the human experience, so many perceived expectations, so many things that people feel they need to be. And so they live their life aligning themselves with some external concept, something they feel they should be. But the path each one has come to this experience to be on is a path toward themselves, a path toward alignment, a path toward that place when they know, when they know they are being who they are truly. This predetermined plan, it's an intent. It is not a predetermined plan, it is an intent. Guidance, these this energy of support and love is here for you to help you live as the greatest expression of who you truly are. And so these nudges you get, these opportunities that might come your way, the feeling that emerges within you, that nudges you toward something you care about. This is the way that you are interacting with that intention. This is the way that that intention unfolds and plays within your life. So you see, it's more about intention coming with a desire to align yourself with who you are. And along the way, there's so much that you learn, so many experiences that you take in, so many ups and downs, so many challenges, so many triumphs. All these experiences are all part of this expansion of the soul. But to be clear, this is not a predetermined path, one that you are merely playing a role in. It is not that tightly designed.
So it, I think it's tempting to think of this as the best scenario would be you're born with this knowledge of your intent or your purpose, and then you live your life that way. And I don't think most people live that way. Most people are, including myself, life feels much more of a zigzag course than a straight line from birth to living out your purpose. It's just so that seems like that would be the most productive, efficient, whatever word you want to use, way to live your life. But are you saying that the zigzags are purposeful or part of the intent? Mistakes you make, things like that?
Of course, the zigzag is part of the beauty of the human experience. To be out of alignment and then find your way back to alignment. There's something so beautiful about coming back. This notion of contrast, of what is love if you can't understand the absence of it? What is peace if you've never known anything else? You see, all of these different experiences that come with the human experience is part of the magnificence. The zigzag that you speak of, each turn, each redirection is beautiful. Now, if you are looking in a moment and you feel you are going off course, you usually feel within you that something is off. When you are in alignment, there is a peace that comes, a peace that is felt in the depths of your soul. It is a beautiful thing when you can come to this place and live in this place more often than living outside of this place. The human experience is not about perfection, not making mistakes, never stepping outside of the path. It is this beautiful dance where you're able to choose one thing and see where it takes you, choose another and learn from it. And it is one's hope that as they live their life, those zigzags might become less pronounced when they find that alignment. That journey of the human experience is all part of the beauty of it. The appreciation of peace when you have experienced the absence of it. There's this beautiful dance that the human makes in this life experience. But if you are to look at a grander perspective, these big terms that feel so big, sometimes insurmountable, daunting, in the human experience, when you look from a grander perspective, you will often see these zigs and zags are actually along a line. The living in consciousness, awareness, connection to who you are is the best guide for you to return, make adjustments when you need to. If you are disconnected with the truth of you and are only living a life directed by, defined by external forces, this is when one finds themselves out of alignment. Alignment only comes from when you are true to who you are. And only the one knows their truth. Only the one can uncover their truth. It is always there. But there is often distractions on top of this truth that makes it difficult to connect with.
So last, I think you've covered it, but I just want to be specific. And that's kind of the notion of, uh, you talk about free will and the zigzag. There's also the zigzag of things that happen to you, tragedy, accidents, death, things that feel very much out of your control.
There is so much that is out of one's control.
So it's not predetermined, not predetermined, not part of a plan.
No, no, there's so much that's out of one's control. This is a human experience with every individual acting on their own free will. You can imagine all this freedom and choice can impact each one in so many ways, and in ways that are unwanted and tragic. So, what is one to do when one meets tragedy, loss, unwanted circumstances? You cannot control others. This is why being in alignment with who you are is so important, because the only one you can control and that you are meant to control is oneself. Finding the love within yourself, finding peace within yourself, finding truth within yourself enables you to weather these difficult storms. It does not mean you are bypassing something that is painful and tragic. It means that you have a choice of how you live with the circumstances that come. you can choose to live a life being angry and hurt, shutting down your ability to love again. And that has its own consequences, the choices that are made. Or you can choose to honor the one you have lost. Soaking in the love that you feel and share, and the love that never ends. Finding the connection to that love. Love never ends. Shifting, enabling, opening yourself to lean in on that love rather than on the anger. Will always serve not just your highest good, but honor the love that was shared. Those you love and have lost will never want you to live a life in anguish because they are no longer there. It would break their heart. They love you and want you to celebrate the love.
Thank you so much.
This is a difficult subject, but we would hope that through everyone's journey, the path, the struggle, the heartache, the loss, the joy, we would hope that they know they are not alone. The hard subject.
Yeah. Didn't start off that way.
Yeah.
But when you talk about a plan or a path,
Yeah.
very different when you look at it in the terms of choices I make versus the choices others or the choice of life throws at me.
Yeah.
Um, it just comes back to you're never alone. I mean, we're
Yeah.
just never alone,
Yeah.
and it's bigger. Yeah, it's bigger than
Yeah.
what we can say.
Yeah. And there's free will, so there isn't. I think when you think of free will and you think of it, when I hear that, it makes me realize or appreciate that it's not like, people often say, what kind of God would make these horrible things happen?
Yeah, yeah,
And it's that this divine source of energy from which we all came, I guess if you think about it as we were all given free will and free choice. And we were given that free will and free choice. And we kind of have to live with the consequences of a world with free will and free choice.
but glass half empty, glass half full. The positive side of that is it's a much richer
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah, otherwise we're just running a program.
Yeah,
I mean, right? I mean,
like they said, if all you knew was peace,
yeah, the contrast.
so the
Yeah.
only way, maybe that is the purpose of free will, good and bad. It's to provide
The fullness.
the fullness, the contrast, the perspective. Life. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I can imagine people saying, well, I'd prefer not to have
yeah.
the joy if it means I have to suffer the loss. But
Well, I know you and I have spoken about this. There's loss and pain in everyone's life. There's no such thing as a pain-free existence.
it's true.
So what I found great comfort, and it's a trusting in the unknown,
Yeah.
but a great comfort in trusting that um, there's more than I can see,
Yeah.
more than I can even comprehend.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm comfortable. The whole point is I don't know. I'm trusting in the unknown, and I don't expect there to be a puzzle after this life that said, "Oh, that person had to die for this." I don't
Yeah.
expect that.
Yeah.
I think it's just that it all folds back into this love,
Yeah.
and the zigs and the zags, as they said, the further you pull back, those big zigzags that look huge when you're up close and looking at them or in them, the further you pull back, those zigzags actually start to just become barely perceptible in a grander scheme of things.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway, that's great. That's good. I'm sure we're gonna hit
Lot
more
in
on
there.
this stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot in there.
A lot in there that we'll revisit for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
So all right.
All right. Thanks for joining us. Hope this was helpful. Big breath.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So thank you so much.
See you next time.